Big U has been hit with a RICO. So we finna hear a little snippet of it.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, he's a fugitive now. He actually ain't even turned himself in. So check this out.
Oh, with it, right?
What's up, B?
How you feeling in this thing?
I'm feeling good, but our folks on the West Coast ain't feeling that good because it is going down with Big U. He is allegedly being hit with a RICO.
I mean, according to the LA Times, I'm looking at it right now. In an article written by Brittany Mejia, they're saying that Eugene Big U Henley, a Crips leader who helped launch Nipsey Hussle's career and was dubbed rap's godfather, has been accused of murder, kidnapping, robbery, extortion, and fraud, federal authorities announced today. As a part of Henley's purported grip on Los Angeles, his alleged victims were required to check in with Henley before arriving in the city in order to obtain protection, according to the 107-page federal complaint unveiled today. Now, among those Henley allegedly extorted were professional athletes and musicians, the complaint said, whose business interests were not always legitimate. Now, federal authorities likened Henley's Big U enterprise to a mafia-like organization that relied on his stature and long-standing association with the Rolling 60s and other street gangs to intimidate businesses and individuals in L.A. Authorities at today's press conference said that Henley is now a fugitive. More than a dozen others are in custody tied to the sprawling criminal enterprise. Now, Big U has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label and of somebody who gives back to the community in Los Angeles. So, I mean, we all know that Big U has been known to help the football teams, help out the rappers, help out the artists, help everybody in the community. But now they're saying that the facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It's one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. Now, the arrests are part of an effort to make their communities safer in LA and rid their streets of criminal street gangs. That's one of what McNally said during that time. Now, let me see what else is going on. They're saying that following a years-long FBI investigation, federal authorities have accused Big U of kidnapping and fatally shooting a young rapper in the face and leaving his body in the Las Vegas desert over perceived disrespect and directing the robbery of an unlicensed LA marijuana dispensary that has stopped making extortion payments. Henley also allegedly defrauded companies, donors, athletes, and celebrities, including professional basketball player Draymond Green and former NBA MVP Shaquille O'Neal, persuading them to donate to his charities and later allegedly transferring the money to his own personal bank accounts. Authorities have also accused Henley of fraudulently obtaining funding from the Gang Reduction and Youth Development Program overseen by the LA Mayor's office. So they're also saying that, Big U Henley previously served 13 years in prison after trying to rob an undercover sheriff's deputy of 33 pounds of cocaine back in 1991. His son is a linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers. And that's why I'm going to stop it right there. First of all, if his son is a linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers, sounds to me like he's the greatest father ever. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on it, Ann Ray?
We have seen this several times with Young Thug, just recently with Young Thug, Lucci, all of them. So they have ultimately been found, I don't want to say not guilty, but have been freed. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really know too much. Again, like you said, that they can paint a picture of you.
All right, so I'm going to stop right there. And it's a reason why I purposely played it to the end. And I'm going to speak on it first. First of all, we had a debate last week about Black culture being trash. I say Black culture's trash. Of course, some of my boys, some of my people, they didn't agree, but it's all good. Here's my thing. When Young Thug got arrested, okay, people that know me know my ex is from out here. And I was always backing out here because I had a lot of business going on out here, right? And I would be out here months at a time. I know Atlanta. I used to go and get me and my ex's son our haircut at one of the main barbershops right in the heart of Cleveland Ave on the southwest side of Atlanta. So Cleveland Ave is where Young Thug and that whole clique from, right? It's right. It was literally down the street. We stayed on the better end, south of Cleveland Ave. But then when you go, I go 10 minutes up the road in the barbershop is there. Has some of the best barbers. Do you know I had to have my gun on me in the barbershop every time I went there? Another thing, it was common. It's not like nobody in Atlanta did not know about Cleveland Ave and the YSL game. They knew of everything they was doing, right? So when they got busted, it was just such a shock. And it was a shock to see how people were just innocent, free young thug. But the people here like, shit, we surprised they ain't been got caught. We surprised they haven't been got caught. Right? And so then you have someone like her who's at the end. Well, they paint a picture. Look, we know the opposition gonna paint a picture, right? But sometimes we give them the paint to dip the brush in. That's just facts, bro. It's bad enough they gonna paint the picture if we don't give them the paint to dip the brush in. But my problem is when we give them the paint to dip the brush in, to paint the picture. And I got a problem with that, right? Now, same with Big U. Come on, man, who ain't knew this shit? You got to been living on a rock to know that, man, that shit been going on. And now, here we are. But this kind of a double false subject because my main question to y'all is, what do you think? Another one? I mean, the man did 20 years in prison for 33 bricks. He get out and he just go back to resort to his old ways. Bro, does prison and death penalties and does that shit work, bro?
Hey, I be slow to judge because
I judge. So
okay, no, I'm saying I'm with you, but let me explain something to you. Like you say, they been no, but it wasn't till they got that other old Crip nigga that said they killed Tupac and he said he not innocent. He said he didn't do nothing. He trying to come home. All of a sudden, y'all got a RICO on them. So it's a bunch of talking going on from old shit. So you don't know what's what, what's real, what's not, because it's about say my ass and say anything. And they know they can do it because, like you said, you saw the YSL case. You watch somebody say anything and got away with it. And that's what I think somebody lied on him just to free their ass. Now, it might be smoke there and some fire, but I'm just saying they was told that. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't. I'm not Young Thug. I'm saying Big U. Somebody told on him.
Guilty too.
Hey, somebody told on him on something. Now I don't know what he did, but they told on him on something. Yeah. But he might get out. He might be home tomorrow. I'm just saying because I saw how many they had. They had all the people that was at No Jumper. Everybody at No Jumper in on that RICO. That Brick Baby nigga, that other dude. I was looking at it. I just like, oh.
Yeah. Okay, and then you got to think about this too, right? So
them YNs running their head.
Yeah, and you got to think about this too. One of the reports that came out of the Doge investigations and stuff. Think about this. The Doge report shows that the government had over almost 13,000 paid informants on payroll across the country.
Probably more.
You got to think about this now, right? Just hold on. Think
probably
about this.
More.
Yeah, probably more. But that was just what they found. So you got to think about this. At this point, and that's not even including social media. That's not even including niggas snitching on themselves through social media.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas buying Bentleys and ain't got no W-2s to show for it.
Ain't filed
Right?
no taxes.
Can we still say in 2025 that it's more them creating things to lock us up? Or can we just go and keep it a buck and a bean and say they doing it to themselves?
Keep it a hundo. You said it perfectly when you said what you had to say on it. We giving ourselves they be giving them the fucking brush to dip the paint in, bro.
We giving them the paint, bro.
Like social media, man. Everybody want to have their fucking camera in their face and they ain't doing nothing but telling, bro. So when I'm at work, bro, I'm big on YouTube, right? Podcast, all that shit. This man had a podcast, and he'll sit up there and won't say it in so many words, but motherfuckers come to LA, they gotta check in with me. Like, first off, you sitting there saying that shit as a flex, but little do you know, man, you ain't supposed to be doing no shit like that, bro. Yeah. You're not, bro. And then, and like you said, you gotta be living on the rock if you don't know nothing about this man. This man been OG for years on top of years. You feel me? We all know how LA get down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit with the Nipsey thing, his name was coming up in it.
Coming up.
You know what I'm saying? Everything that go through Crenshaw, that section that y'all wrong, it goes through you. You the OG, you the HNIC. So when shit like this happen, that's why when you say it, I'm like, damn, Big U got hit. But in my mind, I'm not even surprised, bro.
Not even, yeah.
Because when the feds come get you, they got a conviction, nigga. How these boys is sliming up out this shit, I have no idea. But when the feds come get you, they got your ass. What they say, 99 point what? Conviction rate?
99.9% success rate.
Man, they ain't playing with you, bro.
But what they do, they flipping them now. They turn them to paid informants. They keeping them out here looking good. They hanging with you at the club, throwing money. And they are telling, and that's what they doing. They flipping, and when they don't want to work no more, start trying to look too positive. We're gonna put this RICO on your ass. We're gonna, and that's it.
And Black, let me tell you something else that a lot of people are not understanding too and getting hip to. Everything evolves, right? So let me tell you what else that I noticed, and that's a pattern now. What they're doing. The government is selling influence because you want to know why? Because if they can influence the people that's looking up to these dudes and convince them that, hey, you can do this too and get away with it, but they really not going to get away with it.
Not at all.
You got more people to lock. You got more niggas to lock up because they selling you influence. YFA and Lucci, the body was in his car. The man only did 3.5 years. It's a fact that his gang people killed him. Body got caught with the body in his car. He had 3.5 years. Paid a lot of money. They looking at it different now. You know what? Sell influence. Because guess what? We can get 100 for this one if we just give this one a long leash. We can get 1,000 for Young Thug if we just give Young Thug a long leash. Because now he gonna influence these people. Oh, they can get away with it. Now you got these niggas out here thinking they can be the Fed case.
And then think about this too, though. You think Young Thug really gonna do the terms of that probation successfully?
That's what we talked about last week. 20 years? Come on.
Hell no.
Hell no. Man, stop playing.
Hell no.
And then
he already on the verge of fucking up.
And then what happened to? And man, you know, I'm up there. I ain't too much up there, but you know, I got a little age on me. You feel me? What happened to the time, right? When a nigga get locked up, right, and they come home too quick. And nigga, what you doing here? Nigga, you went to jail for it, and they stop fucking with dude. Yeah. These motherfuckers get out and they throw this motherfucker a happy birthday party. Yeah, you niggas are clucks. Me, I would think, bro, like, man, I gotta stay away from you because you might be watching them. You know what I'm saying? If you involved in that kind of activity, man, that street shit is a myth. That shit dead wood, been dead wood, man. And these motherfuckers, they portraying it like it's cool, bro. And these motherfuckers right here following right along with it. Like you said, we'll give you that one, but we're gonna get 1,000 more.
1,000 more. They selling influence now.
That's crazy, fam.
That's deep, ain't it?
That's
I've been
crazy,
telling
fam.
people out, they like, man, that makes sense. I'm like, yeah. Because what other reason you would say give them a deal? Man, they looking at it from a whole different perspective now. Like, hey, we need more. Because you got to remember, one thing that people forget is that 1990 to 2010 was the era where the least black men were locked up. That was the era where the least black men, because you got to remember, we had the independent rap game. So that was employing a lot of people, not just the rappers, but just the brothers on the streets, stuff like that. We were way more, we hadn't been that legal as a race since the freedmen after slavery. We hadn't been that successful as a group since then. Because you got to remember, the crack era knocked us down. It knocked us out. We was doing good. But they did. Hey, man, these niggas doing too good. Fed us crack, knocked us down. But guess what? We got right back up again with hip hop. Hip hop changed the game. And then guess what happened? Start hitting us again. And that's what they doing. Now they say what they do. Now they took rap and now they injecting that. The only difference is between now and then is that now we putting the gun on head.
Sitting there killing
ourselves now.
Sitting there killing Lil Ray Ray and then getting on wax and talking about how you slid on Lil Ray. Man,
smoking on Ray Ray.
That cluck shit, bro.